Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. This is one of those rumors that just won't go away, and honestly, it's enough to make any Packers fan sit up and take notice. The whispers around the NFL suggest that the Kansas City Chiefs, currently sitting at 5-4 with a tight cap space of around $3 million, are considering a blockbuster trade that could reshape their roster. And believe it or not, might just bring a top-tier tight end over to Green Bay. The player in question. Travis Kelce, one of the most dynamic and reliable tight ends in the league, known for his exceptional route running, yak yards, and ability to create mismatches, something the Packers desperately need right now. This rumor claims that the Chiefs are willing to part ways with Kelce in exchange for a third-round pick in the 2026 draft, aiming to free up cap space to focus on rebuilding their offensive line and addressing other needs. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Kelce is a future Hall of Famer, and trading him would be a huge gamble. But the reasoning behind it makes sense when you look at the Chiefs' current cap situation. They've allocated around $18 million for Patrick Mahomes' massive extension, which has significantly limited their flexibility. With Mahomes costing a hefty cap hit of around $240 million, Kansas City is trying to reshape their roster, especially on the offensive line, which has surrendered 25 sacks so far this season. Meanwhile, the Packers, sitting comfortably at 5-3-1, are eyeing offensive upgrades, especially at tight end. Their current TE situation with Musgrave and Kraft has been promising but hampered by injuries and inconsistent production. Musgrave, who's been quite impactful when healthy, missed 3 games due to a knee injury, and Kraft has struggled with durability issues. So the idea of adding a player like Kelce, who is not just a reliable target but a matchup nightmare, could be exactly what Green Bay needs to push their offense to the next level. Let's talk about what Kelce can bring to the Packers. This guy isn't just a receiver, he's a weapon. In 2025, through 9 games, he's accumulated 41 catches, 540 yards, and 3 touchdowns, averaging a solid 13.2 yards per reception. But it's his ability to create explosive plays, averaging over 2 yards per route, that makes him a perfect fit for the Packers' offense. His career stats speak volumes. Over 10 catches, nearly 12 yards, and 85 touchdowns, all while consistently grading highly with PFF and making 9 Pro Bowls. The impact of adding Kelce would be enormous, not just for the passing game but for the entire offense. The Packers have been relying heavily on Watson, who's shown promise with 17 yards per route, but he's still developing. Kelce's presence would force defenses to double-team him, opening up opportunities for Watson and others like Romeo Doubs. His ability to generate yards after the catch, his YAC average is around 5.8 yards per reception, would turn short passes into big gains, especially in the red zone where the Packers are looking to convert more often. Kelce's 2 yards per route and his 50% touchdown rate in the red zone would give Jordan Love a reliable target when it counts most. Now, imagine this offense with Kelce lining up alongside Watson and Doubs. The Packers would have a real mismatch threat that defenses would struggle to handle. His presence would boost the team's offensive efficiency significantly. Currently, Green Bay averages around 23.7 points per game, but with Kelce's addition, that number could easily jump into the 29+ range. Their red zone efficiency would skyrocket, and their play-action success rate could increase by up to 18%, going from 45% to over 63%. That's a huge difference, especially in close games and playoff scenarios. And let's not forget about the effect on the defense. When your offense is clicking, it keeps your defense rested and fresh. Plus, a more potent offense means fewer possessions for opponents, which translates into less pressure on your defense. The Packers' defense has been solid but could use some extra help, especially against high-powered offenses in the NFC. A dynamic tight end like Kelce isn't just an offensive upgrade. He's a game-changer on both sides of the ball. Looking at the bigger picture, this trade could be a pivotal move for the Packers. Adding Kelce would not only elevate their current roster, but also set the tone for the future. It would be a statement move, signaling that Green Bay is serious about competing at the highest level and not settling for mediocrity. Kelce's experience and leadership, plus his playoff success, including a standout performance against the Bills in 2024 with 2 touchdowns, would bring a winning mentality to Lambeau Field. It's the kind of move that could give the Packers a real shot at making a deep playoff run, even elevating their Super Bowl odds from around +2.0 to +750, reflecting their newfound status as serious contenders. Of course, such a trade isn't without risks. Kansas City would be giving up a true offensive weapon, and the cap implications would need to be carefully managed. But for Green Bay, acquiring a player of Kelce's caliber would be a game-changer. It would be reminiscent of the Packers' historic tight end acquisitions in the past. Think of the impact of Jermichael Finley or even the legendary tight end era with Paul Kaufman. Kelce's elite skills and playoff experience could be the missing piece that pushes Green Bay over the top, especially in the NFC North and the NFC as a whole. The Packers' front office has been strategic this season, and if this rumor turns into reality, it would be a bold statement of intent. Jordan Love would have a true go-to target, and the offense's identity could shift toward a more explosive, balanced attack. Plus, with Kelce's ability to generate yards after the catch and his knack for clutch plays, Green Bay's already promising offense could become one of the league's most dangerous units. It would also send a message to the rest of the NFC that the Packers are not just in the playoff hunt. They're positioning themselves as serious Super Bowl contenders. And as for Kelce, well, he's no stranger to winning. His playoff experience, including winning a Super Bowl with the Chiefs, and his reputation as one of the league's most reliable tight ends, make him an ideal fit for a team looking to make that final push. His presence would elevate the entire team's confidence and performance, especially in high-pressure moments. If this move happens, it would be a historic step for Green Bay, echoing their past tight end successes and setting a new standard for what's possible in the modern NFL. So, Packers fans, keep your eyes peeled. Rumors like these don't come around every day, and if they do, they usually mean big things are on the horizon. Whether or not this Kelce to Green Bay deal materializes, one thing is for sure. The NFC North is about to get a lot more interesting, and the Green Bay Packers are right in the middle of it, fighting for supremacy and a shot at that elusive Super Bowl trophy. This could be the move that turns the tide, ignites their offense, and propels them into serious contention. We'll be watching closely, and I'll be here to bring you all the updates as they happen. Stay tuned because the Packers are just getting started, and this season might just be one for the history books. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Green Bay Packers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Packers. Do you think Kelce could be the missing piece? Are you excited about the possibility of seeing such a legendary tight end in green and gold? This is the kind of move that could define a franchise, and your voice is a vital part of that conversation. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and all the latest news on the Green Bay Packers. So make sure you stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, and let's keep this Packers family growing. The road to another Super Bowl is never easy, but with moves like this, it just got a lot more interesting. Thanks for joining me today, and as always, go Pack Go.